Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Big breaking news. Apparently now that Barcelona have come to an agreement now for Ousmane Dembele. Apparently they have agreed a fee, I think in the region of £120 million, and the recommended add-ons are part of the deal as well, I think worth up to £30 million. So this would take this literally up to £150 million for Ousmane Dembele. Different reports are suggesting different opinions. It's basically some of them saying Borussia Dortmund have denied suggestions that they have agreed a deal with Barcelona for Dembele. Some are saying, that obviously we know that Borussia Dortmund have got a price tag out of £138 million. That's the fee they're recommending they want. And the director of Borussia Dortmund had confirmed this last week. He did confirm we were not prepared to sanction a player off. There will be no more further negotiations going on unless Barcelona are prepared to meet what Borussia Dortmund are currently demanding. This is what the director had clarified. But he said if they were to meet the expectations, then he would be sanctioned off Ousmane Dembele. But apparently he would now become the second most expensive teenager if this deal does come through. It hasn't fully confirmed yet. He would be the second most expensive young player, so he'd be in the list. Kylian Mbappe is obviously probably, I presume, would take over him when he signs for PSG, I should presume. But yeah, apparently it's come to an agreement of around 120 million plus 30 million in add-ons as well for the player. It has been confirmed. Yesterday, Barcelona have held more talks with Borussia Dortmund in Monaco. They'd had discussions in Monaco over the deal, and apparently it had come to an agreement for the player, and apparently the Barca director had been in concluded talks of a 5-year contract for the current player. So apparently it has now come to an agreement. Barcelona at least now going to get one of their main priority targets as a replacement for Neymar. And initially it's been changing, because initially the other week he said they'd agreed an initial 90 million and they were recommending 30 million add-ons. And it said that the other week it was 90 million, initial 90 million, recommending add-ons as well as part of the deal. They've had 119 million bid rejected of Barcelona as well, but we know he's been suspended from training. We know he's no longer in Germany, the current player. We know he had a 4-year contract. He got signed for £13 million from Rennes, Ousmane Dembele, but he's a high prospect. He's very good for France, Ousmane Dembele, and it'd be interesting to see how he currently does in the Spanish league, because he's 20. From Borussia Dortmund's perspective, they're now going to try and use this money before the transfer window comes to a conclusion to try and get some replace for Ousmane Dembele. It looks like it's going to come to an agreement. I think I presume he may be signing a 5-year contract with Barcelona, but it's still not fully agreed just as yet, because different media outlets are reporting. Apparently, one of them said the Barcelona officials had met with the German club, and apparently the meeting didn't go very well. We know during Barcelona have been interested in Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund have not been satisfied the way that but they've not been satisfied with Barcelona's offers, Barcelona's approach towards the player. They haven't been very satisfied. But apparently, agreement has now come, and 10 goals last season, his debut season, and 21 assists for the young 20-year-old. So apparently, it has now come to an agreement. Anyway, Philippe Coutinho, Barcelona are still prepared to not give up on Philippe Coutinho. Philippe Coutinho, as I did say, Barcelona are prepared to put £138 million. I think this is £101 million up front, £37 million add-ons. They haven't done it yet, but I think they are prepared to, as Barcelona have had a 72, an 89 and £114 million bid rejected for the player. Liverpool are still standing firm. They've clarified it that he would not even be sold for 150 million. The Barcelona directors, though, being convinced they can get the deal done for Dembele and Philippe Coutinho. We know he signed a 5-year contract back in January, did Philippe Coutinho. I think he still wants to leave the club, does Philippe Coutinho. We know Barcelona had cooled their interest last week, but they have regained their interest now. They did accept defeat at one point, but I think they've regained their interest. They're still confident they can land Philippe Coutinho, who I think still currently currently injured for Liverpool, and I think he's still recovering. But from Liverpool's perspective, Barcelona look at it as a long-term replacement for Iniesta and looking to reunite with Luis Suarez, because Barcelona are having problems, getting players for Neymar, even though it looks like they're going to get the Dembele deal through, but they need more than that their field. But Coutinho, as I did say, is still recovering from injury, and Liverpool, still need a striker. They still need someone at the back alongside Lovren, so they need a number 9, definitely, and they're maybe not bothered about the money. Coutinho is one of their most essential players, one of the most creative players, in world football. Very strong, very good in the air. And even his representatives, Coutinho's, has been very, very frustrated about this situation. Because even, the agents discussed with Barcelona have discussed with Liverpool, and they have not yet come to an agreement whatsoever. And we know last week the player a couple of weeks, he put a transfer request in, and the Liverpool board, including the owners and Klopp, are standing firm in this situation. They are resistant and reluctant to offload the player. They are not willing to accept any offers, and this is basically what has been suggested out in this current situation. But good news for Barcelona, looks like they are going to now get Ousmane Dembele. So it is reported it's 120 million, and I think 120 million, and 30 million pounds include as well. And I presume he may sign a 5-year contract. But different reports are suggesting different things, and we're going to go on to the what's the other latest news now is about Virgil van Dijk. Now, Southampton, we know in this transfer window quite a few teams have been interested in the current player. A few teams have been interested. Chelsea have been there. They're looking to still get another 2 players at least before this transfer window ends. Liverpool, he's been one of their main priority targets throughout this transfer window, and so too Arsenal have showed an interest in Virgil van Dijk, who Southampton paid £12 million for from Celtic, but he's got a 5-year contract with Southampton. We know the player wants to make a move because he did put a transfer request in, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? He's been training separately as Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool lended the interest back in June, I think it was, because Southampton were taking it as a legal approach, but that come to a conclusion because apologies were made. But apparently now Arsenal are interested in the player, because Arsenal at the moment, I've got to be honest, are in current turmoil. Virgil van Dijk, Southampton rate him as a £60-70 million player. But the Southampton board are now suggesting that the player is currently not for sale. They are resistant and reluctant to currently offload Virgil van Dijk, and that's been a Liverpool target. Chelsea have been in there, but Arsenal, even if they were to get Van Dijk, Arsenal need a lot more in their team. They need depth, they need character, they need quality. And, there's still players at Arsenal that could still leave this summer, and that would make matters worse from Arsenal's perspective. But apparently Arsenal have approached it now. They're really, really interested in the player, but Southampton chairman clarified he will not be sold, Virgil van Dijk, he will not be sold. But as I did say regarding Oxlade-Chamberlain, Arsene Wenger's classed him as an important, iconic figure for his team. He has basically been operating as a wing-back for Arsenal, and this is why Chelsea may be interested, because he's versatile. He can play in the middle, he can play as a wing-back in Chamberlain, but Arsenal have been Chelsea have been interested in the player. They had a 25 million bid rejected for the player. They're preparing to put a 35 million bid in. Chelsea have had talks with Arsenal over this. Arsenal did pay £15 million from him from Southampton. I think he's been there 3 or 4 years now. Apparently they were due to have discussions. Arsenal with Chamberlain's representatives about probably signing him a new deal with the club. So it did say yesterday they were going to have discussions, Arsenal and Chamberlain's representatives, about maybe securing him a new deal. And if this wasn't to materialise, then he'd maybe planning to make the move. But apparently he has been demanding £125,000 a week as Oxlade-Chamberlain. Apparently now Arsenal are prepared to offer him £185,000 a week to keep him at the club because he's coming to an end of his current contract. He's Oxford Germany, so they're prepared to offer him more than initially that I was currently demanding. So that may keep him at the club. But Chelsea are strongly interested in the player. You've got Ozil there, who's coming to an end of his contract. He's been demanding a £225,000 a week contract. You know, you've got Alexis Sanchez there, who City are still interested in signing. You know, there has been discussions going on about that. Apparently, if City were to plot £70 million, and I think they've had a £44 million bid, that would then maybe persuade Arsenal maybe to offload the player. They could cash in if they've got the chance now on Alexis Sanchez, or maybe just leave it, see off his deal and become a free transfer next summer. But I think he may be named for their game against Liverpool on Sunday, Alexis Sanchez. He has just recovered from injury as well as Alexis Sanchez, but Pep Guardiola is looking to keen on reuniting with Sanchez as they were fantastic together at Barcelona. But yeah, £70 million, and he's named into the Chile squad next week. He's Alexis Sanchez. We know he's approached Paris quite a few times. They've been interested, who are investing a lot of money. You know, Bayern Munich have been in there for the play, and City have spent a lot of money so far in his transfer window. But Sanchez did make it clear that he wants Champions League football. This is the first time 2 decades Arsenal have not had it. So that's disappointing from Arsenal's perspective. They still need a couple of players in there. You know, they've got Lacazette, that's going to guarantee him 20-25 goals this season. But Sanchez has literally been demanding a £400,000 a week. City will be prepared to offer him that. Arsenal have offered him £300,000 a week, Alexis Sanchez. But Wenger's classified he's looked good. He's been working hard in training as Alexis Sanchez. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with the club as Sanchez. Fair play of him, that may be not enough, but Arsenal are in turmoil, and you know, Wenger come out yesterday that, you know, their pursuit of Lemar is now dead, and it has now come to an conclusion, because we know for the entirety of the window Arsenal have wanted Lemar. They've been in discussions. They've had 2 bids currently rejected for Lemar, and now Arsenal are in current trouble. They are in big trouble, and we've still got Mustafi, who is linked with Inter Milan as well. So that's what you got to take into consideration, guys. Anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, subscribe as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you later. Bye.